The ice was black that morning, not from shadow but from ash. Everything felt wrong, like the ocean was holding its breath. We thought the Arctic was frozen in time, still, safe, but something was moving beneath us, and it had been waiting. They called it a standoff, two great powers staring across the ice. Our side, the Federation of Northern States, the other, the Republic of the South Atlantic. For months, we circled the pole like ghosts, pretending peace was possible. No one fired a shot, no one said a word. But then the omen vanished. No distress signal, no wreckage, just silence. We sent scouts, brave ones, good ones. They never came back. The silence became fear, and fear turned to orders. I was on the vigilant when we were told to move. Advance to the trench line, they said. Cold words. But every sailor knew we were being sent into the unknown, into the place the ocean tried to forget. The first sign wasn't an attack. It was a ripple, then a blip on the sonar, then nothing again. It felt like we were being watched, judged. When the first strike came, it wasn't loud. It was sudden, surgical, like it knew exactly where to hurt us. We thought it was them, RSA drones, fast, precise. But these machines moved differently, not like soldiers, like predators. One used the wreck of a Soviet-era sub to mask its heat. They weren't following orders. They were hunting. Commander Rourke stood there, calm. He said just one word, fire. And in that moment, the ice cracked beneath us. Our missiles lit the sky. The war had begun, but it wasn't the war we thought it was. The Harrow was the first to fall. A single blast tore her apart. I saw her go down through a hole in the ice, silent, her lights fading like a dying star. And the worst part? We couldn't stop to help. We were too busy surviving. The Vigilant was hit next. We lost power. Dove deep, no plan, just instinct. In the dark, everything felt heavier. Time, sound, memory. We drifted downward, past the light, past the noise of war, into something older. It was there we found it, a disabled drone, RSA markings, but its memory bank still pulsed. Our text linked in. What they found, it wasn't battle footage. It was something else, something hidden. We watched the feed, a trench, massive. Drones, not fighting, but building, sealing something in, working like they were afraid of what was below. The language in the footage, it wasn't human. Not RSA, not ours. Symbols like scars etched into metal. The feed shook, and just before it cut out, we saw it. A structure like a door, and behind it, movement. It hit us all at once. The drones weren't attacking us. They were trying to stop us from reaching that trench. We weren't the target. We were the mistake, the interruption. Rourke launched a probe. It descended alone, deeper than anything we'd sent before. The pressure creaked through our hull as we watched the feed. And then, there it was, a giant metal gate, old, breathing, and half open. The final image from the probe, I'll never forget it. A red light in the dark, not a flare, not a beacon, an eye open, aware, and looking right at us. Then, static. We stared at the silence that followed, and Rourke, who never showed fear, just said, "We didn't wake it. We reminded it we were still here." Since then, the sea has gone still, too still. No sonar, no heat, no hum of the drones, just quiet, but not peace. Something colder, like the calm before a second breath. They call it a ceasefire, but those of us who were there, we know it's not over. It's waiting, like it always was, and now it knows our names. Command wants to rebuild, reinforce, pretend we're ready. But how do you fight something that doesn't want to win, just wants to be left alone? I try to sleep, but every time I close my eyes, I see that red light, watching, not blinking, just watching, like it's choosing who to remember. People say the war ended in silence. I say it began there, and somewhere beneath the black ice, something is still listening.